Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our time today, which is we're going to be talking about embracing your light, which is a really exciting, magical time to me and in this spring solar eclipse season. It's fabulous. So, hey, Trish, welcome. Glad you're
Good
here.
morning, everybody. Yeah, good to
Trish
be
is
here.
with us. Yeah, we're trying this new thing. So anyway, um, and the reason why, again, we're kind of coming into this experience of embracing our light, and we're using those words because in the past, and I think for a lot of us, I hope to speak for some of us, that we've been so busy. I've been watching this journey even of our podcast where we're talking about letting go and stop being a fixed it project, and finding the journey to our full magnificence has been unfolding in let's say a perfect and wonderful way. But there's this aspect of this solar eclipse, which I think we could metaphorically and actuality use to say, hey, we're enlightened enough, let's say. And I used to feel this a lot. I'm enlightened enough to say, I'm really curious what's on the other side of enlightenment, what's on the other side of really feeling my full light. And and I do feel and will wish for us in this time that we're spending together to really kind of transcend being humans into being light bodies, really embracing and allowing ourselves to absorb the light, the magical light that is a full spectrum light. I'm sitting here actually looking, and I have a few prisms that are bouncing all these amazing rainbows off the wall. And it's this, the light is a rainbow of color, but also possibilities and grace that I think is on the docket for all of us going forward. So that's how I'm looking at this time of the eclipsing or the solar, yeah, the solar eclipsing, but really as a time for me in 2024 of letting the dragon really help me put the wings on and take off into that place that I came here to be in. So, and Tricia, how would you put it for you?
I guess, well, again, I lean into my yoga. So the yoga word for that is samadhi. Um, and I'm going to refer to the book, The Path of the Yoga Sutras by Nikolai Bachman, because he explains this so simply. Let's see. Samadhi can be experienced in everyday life. Anytime we get lost in something and our consciousness is completely absorbed in it, we're experiencing a type of samadhi. Full participation in an activity when we are so involved in it that nothing else exists except what we are focused on doing can be samadhi.
Mm.
And I love that.
That's
Yeah.
so perfect. I spent the weekend, I call it bedazzling, but I was in samadhi. I am in samadhi when I paint, I paint these tables and lamps, and I get to paint, and then I get to put glitter glue on, and then I get to put jewels on, and it goes from this blank, one-dimensional thing to this three-dimensional, and that's what got me thinking to, how color is light. All the beautiful colors are still the one light, just expanding into many, many. And yeah, it felt like samadhi. I was totally engrossed in should I put ruby jewel here, or should I put, this crazy bedazzled doodle over there. It's really lovely. And I think we've felt that. I feel it all the time in yoga, samadhi moments. I think that's one of the great gifts of yoga.
I agree. Right. And the asana practice, when you get to pranayama, meditation, if you're able to really sink into that and get there too, I agree. Yoga, I think, is a perfect step into for samadhi. It's one of the, samadhi's the last of the 8 limbs for the practice of yoga. So, yeah, I think we over intellectualize it sometimes.
Right. I got to get there, and this is what it's going to feel like.
Right, when
And
we
it's
really don't
preconceived.
know.
Yep.
Yes, we don't know what it's going to feel like. And I also think one of the things that I've always loved about yoga is I believe the experience for everyone is different
So
because we
different.
we bring we bring ourselves, our minds, we bring all of that with us into the experience, and we define it differently. Um, and so I think it's really important to just talk about the anytime you're right, you're in the act of just totally being so focused, you become one with what you're doing. That's it. That is samadhi.
Mm.
Um,
And I remember you saying one of the things that your teacher is so great at is in the yoga practice while you're doing the sequence, it's like a meditation in that, you can be in tree and all of a sudden, you're so in the moment, you feel that alignment, and it is a moment of samadhi. Or in,
right.
Trikonasana, it's just so perfect. That triangle expansion, it's just like, take a breath and wow. Those are
Right.
samadhi moments that, and I probably would have never defined them as samadhi moments. I would have called them, part of a nice yoga practice, whatever. I wouldn't have maybe gone and given myself permission to call it samadhi.
Right. But those moments when you're really experiencing where you're at, whatever you're
Mhm.
doing, whatever pose it
Presence,
is, and you're yeah,
presence,
you're yes, you're just present, and
right.
you're feeling yourself as energy, you're feeling the subtle body. Those are beautiful moments.
Right. And there are also signposts of what we can, what moment to moment life feels like in full presence. It's the
Yes.
mind is kind of sat down and quieted and enjoying what it's experiencing. And it could and it's and everything. I love the idea that everything here is, can be a samadhi moment, in that there's no wrong or right. It's everything that's unfolding for us uniquely, like you said. And I think that's so important to remember, everyone listening, that you can't do it any other way. You can't do it like I do it, or Tricia does it, or any of your guru teachers do it. You got to do it as you, because you are,
Mhm.
you're the one living in your body, and you're the one who understands what floats your boat and wakes you up and excites you. And so I think that's a really important point, because I think people are trying to get somewhere to be like somebody else, especially when this TikTok world, and I got to be like that, and I got to be like that. And it's like,
Right.
turn the TikTok off and go inside and learn about that unique samadhi for you. I think that's so important.
I agree. I agree. Your original, your purpose in this life, your soul's purpose is original for you. Right. You got to find your own. You have to find your own way.
Right. And I think when we're talking about embracing your light, it means your personal
Yeah.
light,
Right.
and how it
Right.
shows up, how it feels. Um, because it's different for all of us. And what I'm experiencing is definitely different than you, but I think it feels I would say it feels like that big love. It's some kind of love 2.0. I just made myself a t-shirt, love 2.0. It's like all the old ways of the way we used to do things, you know, the way we used to love, which was a little bit transactional, a little bit, if I did this for you, you do this, I think the love 2.0 is completely unconditional. And I think the exploration of unconditional is still, I'm still in my baby state about that. I've been
Right.
thinking about it for years now, and there's some part of me that still can't embrace what unconditional could truly mean. The freeing and the safety and the gracing that comes from unconditional.
Right. No, I agree. Um, limited, limited perspective on unconditional, but
Right.
again, and we've said this before too. But if you touch it, if you have a moment where you touch on it, some part of you just wants more of that,
Yeah.
wherever that is, whatever that came from. I want more of that. And then, of course, we go about trying to think about it and be logical about it and get it back. And that makes it tougher.
Right. Well, one of my teachers said it this way, and I totally think it was nailed perfectly, is you, our human minds can't comprehend what it is. So we can't manage it. We can't think it into existence because we're going to think it into a too small, too boxed in, too limited. That, the journey, this embracing your light, you can't do through your mind. It's you do through your heart. You you walk in nature like we talked about last week. You do the things that that put you closer to your samadhi moments, and you watch it share, and I've been calling this abundance. This is my definition of abundance, is you let it, whatever that magic is, flow through you and light you up, aliven you to the point that you're like, wow, I couldn't have conceived of this. This is beyond me. My little baby brain could have never gotten me that. And I think that place of, I guess we get scared, like we were talking about before, we break down the ego, but there's a fear point where you're like, oh, I'm
Right.
not sure about this.
Right. Because how will I function? How will
Right.
I function if my ego isn't in charge?
And my mind isn't
Yeah.
managing, and what about, and and it I get the journey, and it's a journey, and a unique journey for all of us because we've been through our unique stuff, and some of it, like we've said
Right.
before, is pretty intense. And so I salute and honor people who are faced with that fear, and I want to be one of those people who are on the other side going, it's okay, come. I want to go there. I want to embrace my light. I want to say I did the journey. My mind got on board, and I went through the fear, and I'm allowing that light that sparkles and is a rainbow of beauty.
Yeah. It's kind of like, when we started this and we were talking about joy, and it's like experiencing joy for no particular reason, just because
Right.
you're alive and the sun is beautiful. And right, we're going to have this miraculous eclipse today, and these things are, they're not things that our minds organized or laid out as a to-do list. They're things that happen through nature, right? The big surprises, which is pretty wonderful.
So as we embrace our light, how do you think that shows up? Or how's that feel up?
How's that feel? um I believe it has to do with being present, that we're fully present in the moment, just feeling it, not thinking about the past, not thinking about the future, not worried about how long it's going to last, anything like that. It's the time that we're able to just absolutely stay in the present moment, which again is why I think yoga helps so much with that. To just be here now with whatever is happening.
Yes. Yes. And noticing it as a, I was feeling, what would it feel like if every cell of my body, got to vibrate in its perfect light and its white light and it's and all that and the rainbow of I think we get so wrapped up in being a body that we forget what it's like to be a light body, a body of light. And I think the more light that our bodies, and this is why I think it's a journey, and we were talking about this before we started, the journey of letting go of the ego, and then you hit to that point where you are in a little bit of or a lot of bit of fear. But I was thinking, what if we use this eclipse, this solar eclipse as, okay, that's done. Now we're moving into this new phase of embracing our light. That journey, it's a journey. It's not a on-off switch, which I think a lot of people think it is. I'm enlightened. I'm not.
Right.
Click, click, click,
Right.
click, 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 click. Well, or one click. I've experienced it as multiple clicks. I feel like I'm enlightened, then I'm just duh. I feel
Right.
amazing, and then I must duh. And I was always getting down on myself, but I do think there's this journey to allowing the light in, because I think if you click over, you might explode. I mean, if you let all your magnificent into your cells that have been like, slogging along, can you really, can your body even handle it?
Right. Or your mind. I think that's why you hear stories about people who have kundalini experiences and stuff like that, and it's not pleasant for them because it's so overwhelming. They don't know how to just process it and live with it, which again is why yoga offers a process for going through these things so that you don't feel like you're being ripped apart.
Right.
You can be present
Integrate.
and integrate. Yes, perfect
Integrate.
word.
It
Yeah.
feels like the eclipse is a point where we can walk into the future journey of integrating our light into, and we don't do it. Let me just be clear. Little Laurie has
Right.
no
Right.
idea how to do it, but I am at the point now where I'm trusting that the abundance energy or the love energy, or call it what you will, is got it. It's got it. It understands it. I might be able to let down my guard a little bit and let it show me, you know, be shown, be experienced. Like we were
Perfect.
talking about last week, allow ourselves to bloom in a way that we couldn't have imagined we were going to bloom.
Right. Right.
That's what
Yeah, because
embracing the light feels like, right?
absolutely just allowing it to fill you without having a predetermined goal. Just
Mm.
allowing. Yeah. Yes.
So that feels like the journey for this week. And for, you know, going forward, we're walking through the door. And now let's explore and then integrate in a way that allows our minds to come along on the journey instead of having to work so hard to make it happen. We get to be graced with, this is the yellow brick road experience, right? Da, 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 da. We're going to enjoy this journey of um, being in samadhi more and more, moment to
More.
moment.
Right. More and more deeper levels of
light
samadhi.
body, light body to light body, which I think feels so different. You know how when you're in a yoga class and you're meditating with a bunch of people who are, it really, you can feel every cell in your body go, ooh, this is juicy. Ooh, I like this. I think where we're headed as a global community is, ooh, this is juicy. Ooh, I like this.
That's wonderful. I hold on to that
Right?
as
But
an
as we more
intention.
lighten up, as we more allow that light, that the full spectrum light to pour through us and our soul and our cells go, oh, I can do this. I can do this. I'm open to it. In fact, I want this. I've been waiting and waiting.
Right.
Um, then you've got that now you're like, you're not a limited body being. You're a full vibration, a full spectrum of light.
Beautiful.
That's what I think this eclipse is opening up us to, or making more available to us. It's exciting stuff.
It is exciting. It is. I don't have
So
my glasses yet. I've been trying to find a pair of glasses so I
your
can look
solar
at
eclipse
it.
glasses.
Yeah, yeah.
Use your third
Yeah.
eye. Use the good eye, the big
Right.
eye, the full eye.
Right. Right. The one
Um,
in the center. Right.
so for this week, I do this. That's I think the thing I would leave us with is the as you sit in your meditations and you watch yourself become a light, a being of light. You breathe into the center of your heart and you watch every cell be filled with the light, the full spectrum light. And embrace that and allow your body in its unique way to come online, to continue the process of integration and coming online, whatever it is for you.
All right. And I'd like to end with this is called the Santosha Sutra, or the 6.5 step program to simple sanity. And it's from Salvatore Zambito. Step number 1, find a warm, dry place to sleep and sleep there. Step number 2, find an adequate amount of tasty, wholesome food to eat and eat it. Step number 3, find fulfilling, useful work to do and do it. Find absorbing passions to pursue and pursue them with totality. Step number 4, find friends and family to love and who love you, and love them and let them love you. Step 5, find the silence of the universe thundering within you and listen to it. Step number 6, realize that everything else is a distraction. Have fun or fear doing other activities, but don't confuse distractions with the focus core. Step 6.5, watch the mind forget step 6 and become totally absorbed with distractions. Return to step 1.
Bingo.
I love this.
That is so great. You know what? We could do a whole show just on that. I think we should. Maybe that's what we'll do next week. That is brilliant. So brilliant. The don't wait, do it. Do it now.
Right.
Swoosh. There's a
And
reason
then
why.
as soon as you forget, start all over again.
Right.
Right.
Hopefully you remember that you forget. I have spent many a year in forgetting and have many a moments in forgetting. Like, oh, shit, there I go again. Go back to step 1.
Right.
Thanks. That is, and I think it deepens and deepens. And we're on the journey of deepening and deepening and probably allowing us more of the simple, beautiful things that our lives are, offering up constantly. Thank you. This was lovely. Have a
Yes,
wonderful eclipse day. Oh,
you
you forgot to
too.
talk about, wait, sorry, we can't stop until you talk about your money vortex, your money eclipse.
Okay. So, from what I've been reading, because I've been reading a lot about what this eclipse is for me personally, and everything I'm reading, this is about money and welcoming money in and understanding that money is energy, and just valuing myself And through the value of myself, the money comes and is attracted to me as much as I'm attracted to it.
Mm-hmm.
So, right.
This is your money eclipse. Whoop,
Yeah,
whoop,
this
whoop.
is my money eclipse. Right.
Hey, and I
So
offer that
stay
up to everyone,
tuned.
right? It's
Right.
everyone's.
Stay tuned.
Let
Yeah.
it be your money eclipse,
Right.
call it out. Say, I'm open to the money eclipse. And, and coming from unexpected places, being open is the first step. So, hey, and you got a pretty monumental thing to help you, support you.
Right.
Okay. Well, this is going to be an exciting year.
That's right. Happy Eclipse Day, everybody.
Happy Eclipse Day. Thank you, everyone. Namaste.